So we're in the middle of moving, so it's kind of a mess in here. Brand new apartment, just moved in less than a week ago, just a few days ago, and I'm wanting to put up some lamps. And typically in the past I have just used one of these sockets on the end of a cord, but typically these are only about 6 to 9 feet long, and most ceilings are around 8 or 9 feet. So you have to use an extension cord to be able to actually have it reach all the way back down to your outlet. So these run around $9, $9 or $10, and then the extension cord may be $5. So you end up spending about 15 bucks, and it doesn't look so nice because you have a big wad hanging in the middle of, coming down from your wall, hanging in the middle of your wall. So when I was at Ace Hardware today, I was intending on buying another one of those because I've got 2 lamps. But I sort of got distracted in the electronics aisle, and I thought how cool it would be if I went ahead and made my own. So I went and I got an extension cord that is 20 feet, and I intend on cutting off, let's see if I can get this off. Okay, so I intend on cutting off this end and stripping the part of the insulation and attaching it to, they have like little lamp, all of the fixtures and things that you would need to make a lamp. And so I bought this little socket, and I am going to attach the wires from this to this socket. So hopefully this is going to work. It's sort of experimental, but I will end up with a 20-foot long socket on the end of a cord instead of a 9-foot. So that's the plan. Okay, so disconnected. Now I'm going to cut off maybe an inch of this insulation so that I have enough of the wire exposed that I can wrap it around the terminals of the socket. So really should put a clock in the background so you can actually tell how ridiculously long I spend on some of these projects. Yay! Okay, so I now have, let me see if I can put it over me. Alright, so now I have stripped the insulation off of the wire, and I split the wire in 2 pieces so that it can reach more easily. The bottom of the socket right here comes off. Okay, and you can see this this portion slips up, and where these 2 screws are, I'm going to unscrew them and put the wire, wrap the wire around the screw, and then screw them back in. And inside this metal socket there is a cardboard casing that protects that acts as an insulator so that the charge that is on these screws doesn't go through this the metal socket, so that you can actually touch it and still manipulate it and not shock yourself. So I am going to be, although the only issue that I'm seeing right now is that I don't actually know which one of these is black. Which one's positive and negative. That sucks. That kind of creates a problem for me. Poop. Okay, so I put a little plus on here. The fat end of your plug is the neutral, so that one's your negative, and The skinny one is the live or the hot terminal, and that one is your positive, the one that's going to be colored red or black. So I put a little red positive on this end. And now I'm going to follow this cord all the way down to the other end, 20 feet, and attempt to, this is going to be fun, attempt to mark, let me make sure I'm right, okay. So the one on the right, so that I can mark which side of the wire is the positive side. Also, on the way over here, I apologize for taking so long, but on the way over here, I saw the most awesome and disgusting thing I've ever seen. So on the way over here from my dad's, I saw a buzzard, a turkey buzzard that was very dynamically eating his dinner. And he was, I'm not entirely certain what the animal was that he was ripping apart, but he was going to town on some roadkill. And it was amazing. I pulled over to the side of the road and I just sat there with my blinkers on and watched him as he tore this thing apart, and it was quite the sight. He, I don't know, just yanking guts out and just totally covered in guts and blood, and it was amazing and disgusting. So, alrighty, so I've gotten to the other end finally, and it looks like the one right here on the right is my positive. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that with some red. Okay, so there you go, red and white. And it should be that the, let me think, I'm fairly certain that the silver is my white and the gold is my black. Alrighty. And I think I might actually go ahead and take some, go ahead and curl this around a little, make a little hook. I don't have anything to, nothing black. My jacket was so much easier. Here, my hair. You can see the little hook that I created there. And counterclockwise. I think my curve is clockwise. Alright, let's try that again. Counterclockwise. Okay, counterclockwise hook. Alright, so I got it in there. And I'm going to screw it in. See what happens. Oh, but it slides in. Okay, so I don't know if you can see what I did here. Just move this guy out of the way. So it sort of looks like a mess, but there's definitely a lot of connections, so I think we're okay. And it still pushed all that wire out. A lot of the wire out. I think we might be okay though. We'll see. And hopefully my, what I understand to be how these things work is actually true. Alrighty. So I pushed it back in, and you can see how that looks. So, and it's going to snap on and off. And now I suppose I'm going to try plugging it in, put a light bulb in, try plugging it in and see if it works. Fingers crossed. So, alright, so we are plugged in. Ideally it's in the off position. I think I might have messed that up. Yeah, this is supposed to have been on here before I put the wires. Dang it. Alright, so we're going to redo all that. But I might as well check if it works first. Let's hope it doesn't explode or something. It works! Yay! I made a thingy. Alright, so now I get to redo it. First things first, strip the wires. Then put this thing on there. You're not going to talk about the fact that I totally forgot to slip this thing on first. Yeah. Alrighty, so we are back in business. And now this bottom will fit up over this. I can't believe that I forgot this part. Like, this looks so exposed and dangerous. Probably because this part is not supposed to be quite like this. I'm having a hard time getting this on because I'll show you. There's this tape and it's having a hard time slipping up over. Probably should have just taken that tape off, since it does not want to slip over it. Maybe slide it down some, because I don't know, the little tapey thingies seem important to me. Like, there we go, slide it down. They seem important, like the ones that are on your mattress that say, under penalty of law, do not remove this tag. And so I have this strange fear of removing tags from anything. Okay. There we go. Okay, now should fit back up over this. We have the whole complete thing, and I will plug it back in and see if it still works. Okay. Yay! Alright, so I have completed my project, and I now have a 20-foot cord with a socket on the end that will hang in my lamp from the ceiling, and it will be long enough, and it's a nice white simple cord, and it cost less than what it actually would have. Let me see, and see if I've got my receipt from, okay, the light bulb dealie was $4.50, and the 20-foot cord is $6.50, so that would put me at $11, which is actually cheaper than this ugly combination of these two. And I functionally have the same thing, only much longer, and I made it because I'm cool. So, high five to me. Woohoo!